Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or much good depending on your location. Please join in the struggle to liberate our people from the contraption. Like and share videos. Today is Thursday, Eke Markets. I bring you the update. Hostilities may increase in the southeast as two army divisions collaborate, vow to uproot agitators from the zone. Now, the army divisions, two army divisions, one in Port Harcourt, one in Enugu, 82 Division and 6th Division, they are vowed to collaborate to ensure that those who are agitating for a referendum, peaceful agitators, that they uproot them from eastern Nigeria. They uproot them from their own land, the Biafra land. Yes, the 82 Division GOC, General Officer Commanding, that's Major General H.D. Dada, and his counterpart in 6th Division, Port Harcourt, that's GOC of 6th Division in Port Harcourt, Major General Jamal Absalam, they met in Port Harcourt, where they deliberated, they discussed that it is time that they stop peaceful agitators from exercising their freedom, their rights, fundamental human rights. They say it is time to infringe, to clamp down on freedom fighters. That is what they have vowed to do. Of course, the one in Enugu, the 82 Division GOC, left his zone to meet his counterpart in Port Harcourt. Yes, where they reached this agreement. They said they will work together to make sure that nothing like agitation for referendum, for people to have freedom any longer. Yes, their spokesperson, they said his name is Iweha Ikedichi. The statement he released announced that the two commanders have committed to cooperate and work even more closely. He said this commitment was made at the time they met in Port Harcourt. These men met in Port Harcourt barracks in Rivers State. Of course, the GOC 82 Division, Dada, while making his comments, said there was need for cooperation. He said the need for cooperation couldn't have come at a better time than now, owing to the activation of Operation Udoka, which he said is targeted at all the southeastern states. Said the Operation Udoka is meant for the entire southeastern states. That is what the 82 Division said. That's the GOC. And he said the operation aims at checkmating the activities of the separatist group. That's the indigenous people of Biafra and East arm the Eastern Security Network. He said, considering that traces of the group's activities cut across the operational boundaries of both divisions, calls for cooperation. That is what Major General Dada added to his own. Yes, talking about the GOC in Enugu, he have said it, that they must cooperate. And the one in Rivers, Dada, said, because the two zones, that's the south-south and the southeast, so they have boundaries. So the activities of the freedom fighters cut across these two regions. Therefore, the need for them to come together to stop freedom fighters, to stop the people who are exchanging their inalienable rights, exercising their inalienable rights, to stop them. So the need has come for them to do that. Yes. And so they are hailing their chief of army staff. They are hailing him, Tori Lagbaja, for bringing in Operation Udoka. They are hailing him. So now, what are we not saying? The agitators are exercising their inalienable right, their fundamental human rights, freedom of expression, freedom of speech, association, and what have you. And so there has never been any time agitation or self-determination is a crime in the whole universe. So for these people, the Nigerian army, to come out and said they will collaborate to uproot innocent persons, it calls for concern. It calls for concern. Those who are shouting, they won't be seated at home and all the rest of them in the southeast, they should come and hear this one now. They should come and hear this one now. This is in preparation to genocide they want to carry out in the zones, these two zones. Who are the agitators? The innocent persons. Who are the freedom fighters? The people of the Southeast and South-South. So what they are saying now is that they will, kickstart, genocide in the South-South. They have termed that place South-South. And the one they term Southeast, of course, they are all Eastern Nigeria. They're all Easterners. They're all Biafra land. And the man admitted that, look, he said, those who are agitating for Biafra referendum are in these two regions. The army admitted that, particularly this one they called Dada in Port Harcourt, the Jews in Port Harcourt. He admitted that these people who are fighting for freedom, said they cut across these two regions. Of course, that show you these are the Biafran territory, but they are freedom fighters. They are innocent people, unarmed civilians who are exercising their fundamental human rights of liberty, of self-determination. So we are trying to put on notice the international community to understand that these people are trying to cause, anarchy, chaos. Nigerian army. Go and tour the path of peace, tranquility. This thing is crystal clear. What are we not talking about? Negotiate. That is how it is done everywhere in the whole world. You don't use force to intimidate and harass over 70 million persons. It's impossible. Over 70 million people. You want to use force to annihilate, bring them down. It's not going to work. It must be by negotiation. The government should be ready for negotiation. So, as long as they are shying away from this negotiation because they know, they have no basis. If they go into negotiation, they will fail woefully. There's no basis for Nigeria to exist at this moment because people are fed up. Former CBN deputy governor, I've said it, Obadiah Malafia. Yes, former deputy governor in the Central Bank of Nigeria. He said they have destroyed the country and they are forcing people to stay together. You have seen the level of hardship, corruption, orchestrated by corruption. They have looted the resources of the country. The country is destroyed. Nigeria is a failed state. And people are seeking for self-determination to live because they have made the country so impossible for human beings to live there. Even animals cannot live in this contraption the way it is. The level they have reduced it to, just like a jungle. That is it. And so people who are saying, look, we cannot die. You can't kill us. We have right to live. And so for self-determination, that is where we are. Convoke a referendum. Let us decide on where to stay. You are afraid to do that because you know what you have done. You know what you have committed. Okay? If you go into it, your hands are not clean. You have baggages everywhere. Skeletons are in your cupboard. So you want to use brute force to destroy people, destroy their means of livelihood, to carry a campaign of genocide against the people. And so that is what we are saying. For those who are shouting notice at home, the people from the Southeast who have been going to Abuja to curry favor, those who have been looting the little they have been bringing to the Southeast, just the very little they are sending to the Southeast, those who have been looting it since decades, they should go and tell them now to avoid what they want to do in the Southeast so that they will not escalate. You already